Hey everyone, in the next video I'm going to discuss the difference between training hard and high intensity. I more than often see there's a confusion between training hard and high intensity training, and so I'm going to go over those in the next video so that you can choose wisely. Check in. So like I said, this video is going to be about the difference between confusing training hard and high intensity training, because I see a lot of confusion, and even if it's not a client, just from people in the gym when they're speaking to me, or if I'm out doing my own training workout, because I'm not a personal trainer dedicated to a gym. I'm a specialist coach, so I have my own clients, but when I'm doing my own workout, I can see there's a difference and there's a confusion in terms of what people think they're doing and what is actually happening. But it's very important to choose wisely, because one of the major differences, you can train hard every day, but you can't train high intensity every day without eventually burning yourself out. And that's why also I did a video in terms of high intensity and cardio training. I will check that out. I'll make a note if I remember to link it, but often I might forget all the ones that I need to link in. So I would check that out, high intensity training, cardio training, okay? And the difference is that you can train, like I said, every day hard, but high intensity, you cannot. You'll eventually burn yourself out, overexhaust yourself, not only just overtrain. And for most people, 1 to 2 high intensity workouts per week is needed, and it is more often worse, not better, if you do it more than that, okay? And so the reason I want to go into this a bit deeper than just like a short of a 1 minute is because it's easy to think that our workout is hard. Then if it is, then it must be high intensity. All right, so the truth is that high intensity exists on a spectrum. I don't know why I can't speak today, like I'm jumbling my words. The way it's defined is and used in the research is often very different the way people often talk about it in the gym, you know, and that's why I'm raising this video. The rule of thumb is that if you're training at or above 90% of the one repetition max, your one repetition max on the strength side, or higher than 90% of your maximum heart rate, or when it comes to cardio training and conditioning work, then that's high intensity, okay? So it's very easy for you to now distinguish between training hard and what would be high intensity. This recruits the highest threshold a muscle fibers place the most stress on the central nervous system and the greatest demands in your energy systems. And that's why it's really important not to overdo it and do it more than like twice a week. That's why people also think they're training all week at high intensity, because, for example, they're spending a very small percentage, if any, on their workouts at high intensity. Getting so fatigued by the end of the week that it feels hard, but it isn't high intensity. Some are under recovering and overraining. And most people that have full-time jobs and busy lives don't need, nor can they recover from 1 to 2 high intensity workouts per week, you know. And I've discussed stress, and there's a new stress video out or coming out. You'll see a live premiere. I don't know if it will be released prior to this, but basically I think it will, actually, because I'm recording this after it. Stress has a physical impact as well as a mental, emotional and spiritual impact. And do check that video out. It's only 10 minutes, but it's very important for you to see what could be stress triggers for your physical and your body. Going back to what I was saying, you know, most of us live a full-time job, and 1 to 2 times high intensity workouts can be too much, because you don't have the recovery capacity or space to actually recover, to do more or to do 2 high intensity workouts. I think 1 is fine. And so in addition to having the stress of needing to recover, and the daily stress is what I was wrapping this all around, you can then not only overburn, over exhaust yourself, but you can put yourself in a backward situation in terms of your gains and your overall health and fitness. When I say health, I don't mean you're going to make yourself, you could obviously knock your immune system down and stuff like that, but I don't mean that you're gonna get a disease. I mean in terms of your fitness and any gains you're trying to make. And obviously overexhausting, overtraining yourself means that you are not giving your physical, mental, emotional body a rest, which then triggers, you know, us getting colds and getting when you're over burnt out, your immune system tends to go down, you know, and that's without then having the impact of what it might have in terms of your emotional state, for example, the next day at work, or your emotional state with your family, or even the next time you want to train. You just can't even pull what you do on maybe a light day because you're over exhausted, and you could also put yourself in a situation of injury. But I'm not going to go down further than that because I'm going to deter off the actual subject. So people with high work capacity and lifestyles that support recovery can generally sustain 2 and sometimes even 3 high intensity workouts per week. But you really need to ensure that you have that recovery capacity. People doing 4 plus true high intensity workouts per week will either end up burnt out, injured, like I said, or using PEDs to make it possible, you know. It's incredibly important to understand that high intensity can be a powerful tool to build, I feel like a teacher with a pen, I just need a board, to build a building tool to build your fitness up, and or it can be a dangerous weapon to break your body down. With the examples that I just gave you, the difference between the two is the actual dose, and so it's really important to choose wisely what you go for. And the reason I felt that this was really important is because there is so much confusion, like I said, and the negative aspects of it can be really draining. And if you're not aware of it, or you don't have a personal trainer or a coach, then you could be questioning what's wrong with yourself, when in fact it's just that you're overexerting yourself. 4 times a week is really a lot, especially if you are trying to gain muscle. That means you're doing more high intensity workouts than the strength training. It's not going to work that way. So I felt that that was really important to really kind of put the facts in place. And do check out the other videos I have posted in terms of cardio training and conditioning training, okay, because they will also help you. There's also a video on if you're looking to start a prep, or you're thinking about competing, maybe you have someone you want to support, or maybe you're quite obese and you need to set a very rigid weight loss goal. Some of the aspects in that is going to apply to you as well, but it's really important. And also just for awareness, to know what it could take and what includes to compete before you actually start the competition, things you need to think of. And I think that's really important. So do check that out. I will link, like I said, I'll try and link a couple of the stuff in the description box below. And what I would like from you is to give this a like if you found it helpful. Subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel, and also let me know if you've got any queries. And if you want to work with me, there's my email in the description box below. And other than that, have an amazing day, and I'll see you in our next video. Bye for now.